Hey guys, what's up? So, right now, I am in my adorable, look how freaking cute my t-shirt is. Isn't it cute? You guys want to see it properly? Look, it's got a waffle on it. Aren't they cute? Waffle and syrup. Oh, I'm not turning it properly. It says besties for life. Oh yeah. So this is technically my pajama shirt. Me and my friend Cindy both got these when we went shopping, and I love it. It's my favorite t-shirt. Anyways, my hair is like, excuse it. I just finished taking a shower and I just dried it. So this is how it looks naturally. Um, yeah, it's kind of wavy, kind of poofy, a lot more thick. So yeah, so just bear with me. The only thing that I really styled was my bangs because I'm very paranoid with my bangs. Like if they don't look right, then my whole look is ruined. Anyways, it's a little bit later right now, but I wanted to do a video based on a movie that I went to go see in theaters last week. Yeah, it was last week. And I actually tweeted about it. So I'm going to do that right now, and this is going to be my reaction to the new Twilight movie, which is Breaking Dawn Part 1. So yeah, I will say though, I'm going to try my hardest not to spoil it for you guys. So if you're not like, if you don't want to know anything about the movie, I suggest you click out of this video right now. But I'm going to try my hardest like not to like say any spoilers. Second thing, I will not be comparing this movie to the book and how accurate it was to the book because I've never read Breaking Dawn. I am not a Twilight fan, like, in the sense where I've read all the books. I've only read the first book up to chapter 3 and I put it down because it just wasn't that interesting to me. Not to say that I don't think Stephanie Meyer is a great author because I think she is. I mean, she has an amazing imagination to come up with that stuff, but those are just not my type of books. So I'm not going to be comparing it to how accurate it was to the book, but just how good of a movie it was and if it's worth going to see, stuff like that. Okay, so I have seen every Twilight movie in theaters, and I have to say that they are pretty good movies, even though I am not like a diehard Twilight fan because I haven't read the books. The movies are pretty good. I do enjoy watching them. So when this movie came out, when the trailer came out, I was really excited about it because I thought Eclipse was amazing. Out of all three of them at the time, like between Twilight to Eclipse, Eclipse was the best one out of all three of them by far. Like I thought it was amazing. So when Eclipse ended and it ended the way it did, I was so excited to see what was going to happen next. And then the trailer came out for Breaking Dawn and I was just like, oh my god, I have to go see this movie. I didn't go see it on the day that it came out because that would have been nuts. But I went to go see it a week after it came out because it was playing in a theater where you could reserve your seat. So I was with like my boyfriend and 3 of our friends, so we like reserved a whole row for us and we got good seats, so that was good. The theater was pretty packed, which was not surprising. Okay, now on to the movie. I have to say that and this is gonna be so surprising, I have to say that I was actually disappointed with it, and I will tell you why. Um, I mean, a lot of times when I have high expectations for something, it never really reaches my expectations, and I don't know. I think that's what trailers are supposed to do. Like they're supposed to put the really good parts in, so it makes you want to go see the movie. And I think that's kind of what happened with this one. And I was really like excited to see this movie, and then when the movie ended, I was just kind of like, I don't know if I like that. And a lot of my friends, like my friends that were with me, agreed. Like my boyfriend couldn't stand it. Like he's not a Twilight fan whatsoever, but he enjoyed Eclipse only because there was a lot of action in it. Because if you've seen Eclipse, there's the big battle, like the big fight between the wolf pack and the vampires. So there was a lot of action in Eclipse. But I think Breaking Dawn, the first part, wasn't supposed to be that much action anyways, because if you saw the trailer, you know that Bella and Edward get married. As far as Bella and Edward's wedding goes, it was kind of plain. It lasted not that long. I mean, I think that they kind of like rushed through the wedding. As far as Bella's dress goes, I thought it was alright. I thought it was going to be a bit more spectacular than it was. But, I mean, Bella's character, if you've seen her in the other movies, is very plain. So I don't know why I expected her to have this, like, extravagant bridal gown. But I did like the back of her dress. The back of her dress was very nice. So if you go watch the movie, look at the back of her dress because it's pretty. And then, as you guys know, Bella and Edward, they go off to their honeymoon and something happens. And this part, I was completely like, it was so awkward sitting there watching this because when I was going to get our seats or whatever, there were a lot of little girls, like 8 to 12-year-old girls watching this movie. And the part is on the screen, and all I could think about was like, oh my god, like, what are these little girls like thinking when they're seeing this? Like, it was crazy. Like, this was not a movie for little kids. So that part was pretty intense. And then also, this is not spoiling anything because if you watch the trailer, if you haven't, I'll link it below. But if you watch the trailer, you know that Bella becomes pregnant. And in the trailer, it also says that the baby is not compatible with her body, and it's eating her from the inside, and it's crazy. And the whole part with Bella and the baby was very intense. And it was kind of gross. Especially, like, if you have a weak stomach and you get, like, skeeved out over everything, I would suggest that you close your eyes during some of the parts in the movie because it kind of got a little bit gruesome. And I closed my eyes maybe about 5 gajillion times because it was so, like, some of the parts was really gross, and I'm just kind of like, oh my god, like, what the heck am I watching? Like, I almost yacked in the theater because some parts were just so gross. So yeah, to be honest, I didn't like this movie that much. I was really disappointed in it. I don't really have much to say about it because I was so disappointed. And another thing, I feel like they dragged it on too much. Because every time I thought, okay, they're going to end it now. Like, there were so many parts where they had the opportunity to end the movie, and it would have created so much more suspense and made you wonder what was going to happen next. But they pretty much fit it into one movie, which is why I don't understand why they did it into 2 parts. I mean, I know some people were saying that, like, oh, Harry Potter should have only been in 1 part, like, it's such a waste, whatever. And I don't believe that. I think that the way the director of Harry Potter set everything up where it led into the second movie was great. Like, it definitely needed to be put into 2 parts, and it was amazing. But as far as Twilight goes, you pretty much know everything in the first part, and then you don't really know what's going to happen in the second part, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. To me, I don't know, it just didn't impress me. So, would I go see this movie in theaters? I mean, if you're a die-hard Twilight fan, then yes. But if you're not so much of a Twilight fan, but you do want to see it, I would suggest just waiting till it comes on, like, Rogers On Demand, or, like, when it goes into, like, the video stores, you can rent it. Because I don't think, like, paying the money, because going to movies is expensive, and I just noticed that, like, movie tickets are not cheap. So, like, I wouldn't spend, like, that much money just to go see it in the theaters. And another thing, I did some research on this movie. I went on Rotten Tomatoes, which, if you guys don't know what Rotten Tomatoes is, it's basically a movie critic website. And I always go on there before and after, like, I watch certain movies just to see how they did. And this movie, which is kind of surprising, only got 27%. Yeah, and I'm not lying. It got 27%. That's how bad it was. And yeah, and I feel like also for this one, people have, like, mixed feelings about it. Like, there's some people who hated it, and there's some people who loved it. So it's like a love or hate film. But people like me, who are undecisive, I'm in the middle. So yeah, that is my reaction to the movie. If you guys have seen it, comment below and tell me what you thought about it, or post a video response. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my little reaction video about it. If you want me to do more of these, comment below and let me know. And I hope you guys have an awesome night. Love you. Bye.